Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Sa video na ito ay pag-uusapan natin ng sampling techniques. Kaya if you want to know more about this lesson, please keep on watching. Kung handa na po kayo, simulan na po natin. So narito po ang ating discussion points. We have probability sampling techniques and non-probability sampling techniques. So ano po ba ang sampling techniques? So these are different methods on choosing samples from the population. So mamaya po malalaman natin what are those techniques. So we have techniques for probability and non-probability. So let's define probability first. Every member of the population has the chance of being selected in the study. Kapag pinag-uusapan natin ng probability sampling techniques, lahat ng member ng population ay may chance na mapili at mapabilang sa study. Pag non-probability sampling techniques naman po, not every member of the population has the chance of being selected in the study. Kaya po, sa non-probability sampling techniques, it is prone to sampling bias. So ano-ano po ba yung mga techniques pag probability and non-probability sampling techniques? So for probability sampling techniques, we have the following: simple random sampling, systematic sampling, stratified random sampling, and cluster sampling. For non-probability sampling techniques, we have purposive sampling, convenience sampling, quota sampling, and snowball sampling. Huwag po kayong mag-alala dahil iisa-isahin po natin yan sa video na ito. Let's proceed to probability sampling techniques. Unahin natin itong simple random sampling. Please take note of this. All members of the population should be part of the selection process. And researchers can use tools to randomly select samples. Kaya nga po, simple random sampling technique, kung tawagin ito dahil mamimili lang tayo randomly sa population. So anong example natin dito? There are 1,000 public school teachers in Makati City and you only need 300 teachers. You use a tool like wheelofnames.com or random number generator to randomly select 300 teachers. So may iba-ibang electronic tools na ginagamit po ngayon na pwede nating utilize para isagawa itong simple random sampling. So, in illustration, paano po ba natin mapapakita ang simple random sampling? So, let's say we have this population. And kapag nirun natin yung random name generator or yung random number generator, maaari tayong makapili dito ng 10. For example, these participants. That's an example of simple random sampling. Let's now proceed to the second technique, systematic sampling. So please take note kapag ginagamit natin ito, it is somehow similar with simple random sampling, but instead of randomly selecting the participants, they are selected by interval. So ano example? So you listed all the names of the public school teachers in Makati in an alphabetical order. You randomly select a starting point, let's say it is 4 in the arrangement. From that number, every 10th in the list will be selected as participant. So in illustration, paano natin mapapakita? So for example, ito ang ating population. Tapos ang ating starting point ay yung third person. Okay? And then, sinabi natin that the interval is every 4th in the list. So bilang tayo ng 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So ayan yung ating participant. And then bilang ulit tayo ng 4. 1, 2, 3. Tapos yung pang-4 ulit. And then bilang ulit tayo. 1, 2, 3. And then 4. 1, 2, 3. Then yan po ang participant. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. So hanggang sa makakuha po kayo ng participant. So that is systematic sampling. Let's now proceed to stratified random sampling. So pag ginagamit po natin ito, tandaan natin yung salitang strata, which means subsets or subset of a population being sampled. So bahagi lang po siya ng population. So population was divided into strata based on different characteristics. So for example, hinati-hati sila based sa gender, male, female, according sa age range. So ano example natin? So let's say you found out that there are 750 female and 250 male public teachers in Makati City. To represent the population properly, you will randomly select 225 female and 75 male public school teachers to have in total of 300 participants. Bakit ganun po yung hatian ng participants? Kasi kung mapapansin nyo po, para mabigyan bigyan din ng equal chance of yung lahat ng participants. Mas madami kasi sa population ang female kaysa sa male. Kaya dapat para ma-represent natin ng maayos, ng tama yung population, kapag pipili tayo ng sample or participant, dapat ganun din yung ratio. Okay? So kaya kung mapapansin nyo, 75% ng population ay female and 25% ng population ay male. Kaya sa sample, 75% din ang female at 25% din ang male. So in illustration, paano natin maipapakita po yun? So let's say ito yung population nyo. And then, 60% ang ating female. And then 40% ang ating male. So dahil mas marami ang female, pipili tayo ng mas maraming female. Okay, depende dun sa ratio. So let's say dahil ito ay 60%, pipili tayo ng 6. At dahil ang lalaki ay 40%, kukuha tayo ng 4. So that's just an example ng ating stratified random sampling. Let's now proceed to the fourth technique, cluster sampling. So pag gagamitin natin to, they're also divided into subgroups but mostly based on their geographical location. So parang may pagkakahawig din siya sa stratified random sampling. Pero madalas itong cluster sampling, ang basis ng hatian ay geographical location. So you randomly select the cluster using different tools. So an example, among the public school teachers in Makati City, you clustered them based on their home address since you wanted to know if their distance between the school and their home affects their performance. So that's an example of cluster sampling. Kasi diba, may kanya-kanya po silang location. So anong example nito in illustration? Let's say ito ang ating population and then ang next step po natin palagi ay ika-cluster sila. So for example, they are clustered in 10. Then, gagamit po kayo ng random number generator or random name generator para mapili yung cluster na mapapasama bilang participant sa inyong study. So let's say napili itong mga cluster na ito. So sila po ang mapapasama or magiging participants sa inyong study. So we're done with probability sampling techniques. So let's now proceed to non-probability sampling techniques. So meron din po tayong 4 na i-discuss. So we have your purposive sampling. So pag gagamitin natin to, tandaan natin, samples are chosen depending on the objective of the study. So dapat pagbabasihan natin yung objective ng study bago tayo pumili ng sample. So ano example? You wanted to know the effect of TikTok to students' academic performance. That is why you purposely selected students who are active in using TikTok. So di ba po, ang gusto mong malaman ay yung effect ng TikTok sa mga estudyante. Kaya right away, ang pinili mo maging participant ay yung mga gumagamit ng TikTok. Simple as that. That is purposive sampling. Next po is convenience sampling. From the name itself, participants are chosen because of their availability or convenience. So anong example nito? You wanted to know the perception and insights of students about game-based learning. So you ask your classmates to answer the survey after your classes. So di ba po, right after the classes, in-invite mo na yung mga classmate mo na mag-participate dun sa study by answering the survey. So nandun yung convenience. Hindi ka na humanap sa ibang tao, hindi ka na lumabas ng school, di ba po? Kasi nandun na yung mga classmates mo, available na sila to be part of the study. That's convenience sampling. Next is quota sampling. So pag ito naman, researchers are selecting samples based on the required number of participants in the study. So may hinahabol kang quota na participants. So anong example nito? The researcher is interested in studying the effect of COVID-19 to the parents of junior high school students. He is considering to have 1,000 participants in his study and will be limited to those who are NCR. So nakikita po natin, ang quota ng researcher na maging part ng study niya ay 1,000 participants. So ang gagawin po ng researcher is that hahanap po siya ng 1,000 participant na nasa NCR. Okay? So that is quota sampling. Let's now proceed to snowball sampling. So pag ito naman, researchers seek suggestions or recommendations from the participants to to locate other possible participants of the study. Parang tinitip na, ito pwede mo tong maging participant din sa study mo. So ano example? The researcher wants to conduct a study about the experience of COVID-19 survivors. Thus, from one survivor, she or he seeks recommendation from that survivor if she or he knows someone who is also a survivor to be part of the study. Kumbaga, merong referral na nagaganap. That's snowball sampling. Okay? So for example, ikaw yung participant sa study. Tapos may kilala kang COVID-19 survivor din. So ang gagawin mo, isa-suggest mo, i-refer mo yon sa researcher. At yung researcher naman, to contact yung tao na yon para maging part ng survey. And kung meron pa siyang mga referral, ganun din yung gagawin. So that's snowball sampling. I hope you learned something today about sampling techniques. So dyan po nagtatapos ang ating discussion. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more updates. Don't forget to share this video sa inyong mga kaibigan o kaklase na gustong matuto ng sampling techniques. That's all for today. Thank you so much. See you on my next video.